Okay, so for Valentine's Day, I'm gonna cut this beautiful picanha into some steaks. Look at that fat cat. Look at the marbling in that meat, fat content there. Oh, this is gonna be good. So we're gonna cut it into steaks, and from what I understand, the best thing to do is cut these with the grain for the first cut. When I cut them into about an inch and a half thick steaks, I'll probably go about 1.5 inches. And then we're gonna sous vide those for a couple hours once I seal them up in a bag. And I'm gonna show you these bags my wife ordered for me. They're kind of cool. A little vacuum, hand vacuum. And then we'll sear them. So stick with me. Let's see how happy this Valentine's Day can be. Also, if you haven't yet, check out my creme brulee dessert for Valentine's Day video. Look at that. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so I've got these steaks and they are seasoned with sea salt and black peppercorns, and man, are they looking good. Also plan on making a homemade creamy peppercorn sauce to put on these once we're done searing them. Okay, so my wife found this vacuum pump and these vacuum seal bags. So you just put your steaks in there, chicken, pork, whatever, but anyway, we're doing steaks. Press out as much of the air as you possibly can. You finish the seal, make sure it's sealed good. There's a little air valve port there. Look at that, sealed right up. Okay, so we have our sealed picanha steaks in the water bath. Temperature's rising. Some people don't put the meat in until the temperature gets to a set point, but I'm not too worried about it. It'll be at set point so fast. So I've got it set for 131. I'm gonna let it ride at that for a couple hours and then we'll sear them up. Okay, so while we let the steaks cook in the water bath to 131 degrees, which will give us a nice medium rare, I went ahead and diced up some shallots. I've got a piece of the fat from the steaks that I'm gonna use to kind of season the frying pan a little bit while I'm melting my butter and putting my peppercorns and garlic, Worcestershire sauce, some beef stock, and some heavy cream to make our creamy black peppercorn sauce. This I've had at a restaurant before in Albemarle, North Carolina, and it was excellent. Loved it. My friend John from PD, he finally perfected the recipe to be able to do it at home. Sent that to me, so we're gonna try it. Hopefully it works out. Okay, so it's time to start making our creamy peppercorn sauce to dip our steaks in, and I've got some pepper, a little bit of pepper in there already. We've got some of the fat from the beef. We've got our butter and our onions, and we're gonna go ahead and dump that in and start letting that melt down. We're gonna saute this until the onions are almost completely clear. Some of that fat reduces down and really flavors this pan. And then we'll move on to the next steps. All right, so that's starting to melt down good. The onions are gonna get clear real soon. And I gotta tell you, the fat from those steaks, oh my God, I can't wait to taste the steaks. Okay, so now it's time to add in our garlic and our black pepper. Mix that in. And we'll let that sit for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we add in our Worcestershire and our beef broth, And then we add in the cream. Okay, here comes our beef broth. And it's calling for a tablespoon and a half of, or teaspoon and a half of Worcestershire. Okay, now that's going. We're gonna put in our 1 cup of heavy cream. Make sure it stays down at a simmer. Salt to taste, and then we'll let her thicken up a little bit. Oh, that is looking really good. Okay, so we've got the sauce poured into another container. Let it thicken up. But you can see it's thick enough, it's starting to stick to the spoon. And we'll let that settle for like another 30-40 minutes while our steaks are continuing to cook in the sous vide. Then we'll have another 10-15 minutes while I sear them. This will be really good. I think just for good measure, because I really love the black pepper, I'm gonna go ahead and shake in a little bit more. Okay, so the picanha Brazilian beef, well, not really Brazilian, it's raised here in the US, but it is basically a sirloin with a nice fat cap. Been in the sous vide for almost 3 hours. Look at that, it is perfect. So that's gonna be a nice medium rare steak. And you can hear what I'm doing is I took some of the fat that I cut off this when I cut it into steaks. I've got it in the frying pan with some extra virgin olive oil. We're getting ready to get that pan good and hot so we can sear these things to perfection. So we take a quick minute, we pat these things dry. You can see still got a lot of the salt and pepper from when we seasoned them prior to vacuum sealing them in the bag. Man, they look great. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Can't wait to start smelling these things searing up. Okay, so we've got the pan good and hot. You can see the smoke starting to roll off the oil and the fat that I put in there. We're gonna drop one of these in there and let it sear up. Oh yeah. Okay, we've got these steaks all seared. Look how beautiful they are. Nice, nice crust, beautiful fat. Oh, it's good. We've got our peppercorn sauce, nice and thick, ready to go. See how it hangs on the back of that spoon? Oh yeah, that is ridiculous. And then we've got some green beans and mushrooms, soaking up some of that beef broth. And my bride has put that in for us, so we're gonna have a nice side. And then creme brulee for dessert. Okay, so once again, happy Valentine's Day. We've got our picanha steak here. Arguably, or some people argue that this is actually the best steak in the world. Even better than Wagyu, which I haven't really had the Wagyu steak. I've had the Wagyu burger, so I can't tell you for sure. But look at that, beautiful. 131 degrees in sous vide, and then seared on the top. I don't think they're lying. That is really good. And then the other thing I did was I made this peppercorn sauce from my friend John. We call him John from PD. Put a little of that peppercorn sauce on there. I don't know if it gets any better than that. That's really good. Look at the perfect pinkness in the middle. Cheers. Happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you excuse me, but I'm gonna go spend some time with my love.
Yeah.
Okay, so just one more thing. I wanted to once again thank John and Cynthia at America's Choice Gourmet for suggesting this cut. It's incredible. Also, I gotta tell you, it just has this buttery flavor that it might be unbeatable. Well, now I'm gonna have to go spend $125 on a Wagyu steak just to see.